From AfterDark World Headquarters. This is your humble correspondent, KD, for KD After Dark. For Mr. and Ms. America, all ships at sea, all sods everywhere, and all groovy people who are wandering the earth, I bid you a good morning. Wednesday, November 10th. Let's begin with Adam's Choice. As I always say, boy, I'm glad she's got her tittage covered up. Adam's Choice. Okay, the name of this is a column with probably contributing editors. The name of this is Boobs in Biloxi. Gregory McDonald of Biloxi, Mississippi writes, "There's a gal down here you guys would like. Goes by the name of Ginger, and she has tits that make Dolly Parton look like a little boy. She's a waitress in a little cafe, and everyone tells the owner that when she goes, motherfucker, they go. I heard her tell a friend that she makes more from tips there than at any job she's ever worked. I talk to her a lot because my hours are not the rush hours. And she says she's a 45 double D. She says she needs a good bra. She says she likes working there because in the bars she's worked, they always grab her and her boobs had bruises on them all the time. Ginger says that when she started getting breasts at 9, had boobs at 12, knockers at 14, and bazooms, as she puts it, at 20. I tried to get her to pose for me. Even showed her the last copy of Adam's Choice, but she says she's too shy. Don't sound that damn shy to me. She thinks deep down that she's funny looking. I tried and tried and tried to get her to see her as all the guys see her. But for some reason, she still thinks of herself as some kind of freaky little kid who sticks out too much. But I'll keep trying. They tell it for the truth in Adam's Choice. By the way, all you groovy guys and gals, I have every intention of going to the Anti-Scene show this Saturday, November 13th, and I hope to see a lot of you great people there. I'm not going to the well too much on this because literally every letter to Mona Minx is freaking hilarious. Okay, so the name of this is called WellRounded Girls. Dear Mona, you're so ripe and firm, an ideal woman, like you see in all those old paintings. Those skinny models don't do shit for me. Some folks say the closer the bone, the sweeter the meat. But I don't believe that shit for 1 minute. I like you just the way you are, healthy and soft. Don't go on a diet. Signed, I'm going to use the real name this time, Elton, Stone Ridge, New York. They tell it for the truth in Velvet Talks. Well, KD, what kind of interesting story will you tell me today? Okay. In this early morning hour, I will tell you about going to Ghost Town in the Sky in Maggie Valley when I was either 6 or 7. I remember this vividly. They have chairlifts. It's a small little mountain and the chairlifts go up like that. Well, as you know, for riding a chairlift, it will come along, stop, hop on, and go. Well, I've never rode a chairlift before. I was with my mother. So the chairlift stops, she jumps on, I'm standing there like, what's going on? And she takes off without me. So with not 1 second of hesitation, I tear off after her. And the footrest at the bottom of the chair, the individual chair itself, I grabbed and went up, I don't know how high, but I'm saying the guy that was controlling it, he let me get maybe 6 feet in the air before they stopped it. Not one sound did I hear. I remember, I can see it all in my mind. An audible gasp, and then they reverse it and bring it back down. Mama grabs me and physically hoists me in the chair and sets my ass down. And then we ride up. But I got to tell you, that just goes to show you, being 6 and 7 years old. Now, like I say, I'm hanging like that. I don't remember being afraid, scared, or anything. I was going to ride that motherfucker to the top. And brother, let me tell you this. I don't know if I'd have made it, but I had no intention of letting go. I want to try that again. Grown man, grab a chairlift thing and ride it up. I don't know. It sounds kind of lame as a grown man, but as a 6, 7-year-old kid, only thing I can tell you, there was an audible gasp, and people had a real nervous laugh when they rolled it back down and I touched the ground again. So anyway, when I first moved to Charlotte, I got this book. I don't know why. It didn't cost much. The Catalog of Cool. I would just about be positive it's not in print and hasn't been for many years. But I did learn several things from this book. They got a section called Cool Country. Well, growing up at Cliffside, I liked all kinds of music, including country. So they're mentioning some of the artists that I won't go into a great deal of detail, but Lefty Frizzell's greatest hits, well, you know that's great. George Jones, Enough Said. Jerry Lee Lewis, Another Time, Another Place. I'm guessing what made Milwaukee famous is Made a Loser Out of Me's on there. Ed Sanders, Sanders Truck Stop. Never heard it. Don't know anything about it. Lester Roadhog Moran and the Cadillac Cowboys, Alive at the Johnny Mac Brown High School. Statler Brothers' little comedy shtick. It's freaking hilarious. Hank Williams, Nuff Said. Dick Curlis, Nuff Said. If you know Dick Curlis, and most of my friends will. You know how good he is. Here's one I'm really curious about. Country singer named Wynn Stewart. I'm Going to Kill You on Playboy Records. This 1975 single was the last country song to be nationally banned from airplay. I've never heard it, but I'm going to hear it. And here's some information that I could use. Porter Wagoner, The Cold Hard Facts of Life. The best cheating record in all of country, and it might just very well be. Hear it and discover the meaning not only of pathos, but also of Porter's hairdo. Now, I watched the Porter Wagoner show growing up, and I remember I liked the Wagon Masters, Porter's band. Hell, I even liked Spec Rhodes on occasion. But Dolly freaking Parton. I remember in the early 70s watching that show. And this is when Dolly was really coming into her own, and she was working it for all she could. And she was stunning. And I remember seeing her, just talking with Porter and everything, because you really didn't see ladies with big tits like that on television anywhere. And it was, to me, it felt almost scandalous. Let me back that up. See Annie scene right there? Yeah. It was almost scandalous. And I remember watching this and thinking, wow, how come they don't have more women like this on television? So anyway, let's fast forward moving to Charlotte. Probably about 1979, 1980. And I bought this book and I said, well, I've got to check out The Cold Hard Facts of Life. So I was a security guard at a trucking company in Charlotte. So I asked some of my brother truckers about it, and they said, oh yes, Porter Wagoner is really good, and this album, The Cold Hard Facts, is probably one of his best albums. So I checked it out, loved it. So that was some actionable news that I could use out of the catalog of cool. It sounds so pretentious now. I'm going to wind it up today with the book called Nice Girls Don't Wear Cha-Cha Heels. Now that's a total reference to Female Trouble by John Waters. But there's a quote in here, and it's short. And it's from a movie called The Mirror Cracked from 1980, and Elizabeth Taylor's in it. And the way it's explained is Elizabeth Taylor dishing Kim Novak's outfit. Kim Novak. I remember her from, dare I say, Vertigo. So this is what she says to Kim Novak. What are you supposed to be? A birthday cake? Too bad. Everyone's had a piece. Let's get shit done today. Let's be kind across the board. Be kind to someone you don't know. Be kind to animals always. Discipline equals freedom. Never complain. Never explain. Just do right. And when we wander the earth, we might run into each other. And if you do, stop me and say hello. I'm still at 34 subscribers. Will somebody help me out? I need to move on up. So, Mr. and Ms. America, all ships at sea, all sods everywhere. I shall see you soon. Have a great day, everyone.